It's running okay. What I could check out, being I had to send back some bad parts, and I'm waiting for new ones for the main engine. Here's the carburetor. This is off the 1978 Pinto. Uh, all the manuals. I have 5 different manuals. Have 1974 to 1996 specs, and every one of the manuals on the Ford 2.3 says it comes with a 2-barrel Holley 2500 or a 2-barrel Weber 3434. Well, look at this. This is my 1978 Pinto. I don't know if it was ordered from the factory that way or if it's definitely a freak. This is a 1-barrel carburetor, YFA, the exact carburetor on a 2.3 Pinto engine that's on the engine on that 4.9 liter straight 6 in my 84 pickup. Just jetted different. And yeah, and they should bolt together. That should have bolted on, but look, here's the bottom. That's the size of the 1-barrel setup. Look at the size of the 2-barrel setup. Now I got more stuff to do. Oh, well, you know what happens. I'm going to have to try to find an adapter plate, and it has to sit exactly this way, that 2-barrel. It's got a small barrel and a big barrel, and it's like a half a 4-barrel, like the Quadradrunks. You got smaller hole in the front, bigger one in the back. The 3434 was direct, 2 same holes that would shoot straight down. And if you notice this thing, the hole here sets, if it's bolted down correctly, right off of those little ears, and the ports go out there and there. So it's set actually forward a little bit. And if I can't find an adapter plate for the Weber, I'll have to buy me a chunk of 1-inch aircraft aluminum, 6 inches by 5, and use the milling machine at work and make my own in about 4 hours, because it has to be exactamundo for the 2 holes. This can't be just sitting there centered on an adapter. It has to sit back here like this, or it will not draw correctly. It'll overdraw on the sides, and it won't draw enough to the middle one. It's all engineering and shit. I'm going to have to snoop probably 5 hours to see if I can find an adapter plate. Odds are about as good as me winning the lottery or finding me a new girlfriend that's not fat and don't bitch, which is slim to none. I can make one. I'm going to try to make if I have to, I can make an adapter in about 4 hours, go back to work on my day off, use a vertical milling machine, and get a chunk of aluminum for $65, aircraft about that big, and mill it all out to fit this. But yeah, it just never ends. But I don't give up. It's all going to work. My parts, the new lifters that hopefully are good lifters, are supposed to be here. I ordered them extra $10 shipping to get them by Friday. So if I have them Friday, I'm going to take another vacation day Friday. I got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then hopefully, if those show up, I can assemble the whole main body of the engine. I don't need to worry about that right now. And I said I'm going to do it all at one time, because that's what happens when you leave something overnight and forget to spray it from the machine shop, even though it's in a plastic bag. And now I got surface rust over $380 of work on the head. Yeah, I'll have to buff it off. It'll take me half hour by hand, clean it up. But yeah, when I do an engine, I do it from start to finish. I'm not in a total controlled environment. You know, if you're in a hospital or a place that makes freaking computer chips, let me build my engine in there. I can do it 2 hours at a time and take 7 days. Constant, no humidity, but not around here. Yeah, and I'm going to do it. I do it right. But yeah, I got more things to hunt. I'm going to be spending hours upon hours trying to find an adapter to go from this size to this size that's correct. And if not, I'll just have to go out of my way and buy a 1-inch thick piece of aircraft aluminum. And I said, go back to work. We have a vertical milling machine that I can, I know how to do it. Dual hand style, turn cranky and boom, boom, boom and stuff. I'll make my own to fit this carburetor. Yeah, well, here, I can show you the bottom. Maybe, hang on. There's the bottom. See, that's the bottom, the little hole and the big hole. It's supposed to set this way. Only problem is, this is the same hole and big hole. Boom. And there's the boat holes, and that's where those are, because that's where that plate was for that freaking one barrel. Supposedly every 2.3 engine from 74, 75 had this bolt pattern for the carburetor. Not, or at least on the heat riser. See how thick that heat riser is? Oh, now I got it hung up. That's good. See how thick that heat riser is? That's more than 1 inch. That gives it better flow. But yeah, apparently they had heat risers that bolted right up to that. Well, not anymore. I'll do some searching in a used AO department. I have a feeling I'm going to have to make my own. But yeah, see how tall that is? That heat riser. That's 1.5 inch riser. That's thick. That's way more than 1 inch. That's 1.5 inches just for a one barrel. Look, you can see inside it. Look how deep this baby is. Yep. I can make one. Just minor setbacks. I said I'm an engineer and I'm a machinist and a freak and probably an idiot the way I do things, but I do them the right way. So, yeah. And I said, I'm building the only one like this I know has ever existed. This is the only 2.3 Lima built this way, and going to go into a Ranger with an automatic C3 that I don't have to rebuild yet, and go from carburetor, was fuel injected, using everything, but yeah, that's a better block, but not much, but the fuel injected heads and stuff are shit, and old school. I'll make it work. Just pay attention. Engineering and physics and patience and new parts that aren't right. New never ever worked. Remember that. So, yeah. Be I'm still depressed, but I got to cheer up because I got to go to work tomorrow. I'll make it happen. It's not going to be done in the next 3 weekends. The motor hopefully is. If I get lucky, maybe I can get the motor done. If everything would work correctly, I could have the motor and everything done in 1 weekend, transmission done the other weekend, have all the fuel system and stuff done because I'm going to replace a fuel tank on the. I could have this thing in the vehicle running and with open header 3 weekends. This by the end of September, if things work correctly. You think they're going to work correctly? No. If I can get this thing running on the road by the end of October, I'm going to be depressed but very happy because I will make it happen. All right. I love you. Peace. Love. Have a heart. Have a heart. Don't let stuff get you down. Pay attention to small details. Like I said, this head was in the bag, but it wasn't sealed, and I assumed it was cold, and it wasn't. And this is what I ended up just leaving it in the bag out here overnight. So, yeah. I coated the hell out of it, but I got to polish. It only hurt that top side. It's not hurt. It just surface rust. It'll clean off. But, yeah. I should have thought ahead and checked and see if it was sprayed. It wasn't. But there you go. Don't let stuff get you down. I'm going to make something that never existed exist sooner or later. And it's going to be perfect. I'm not going to push it and Frankenstein it. I'm going to do it perfectly correct where this engine and setup will run at least 250,000 miles if I take care of it and change all I'm supposed to and something don't happen and not overheat it. That's all you got to do. All right, I love you. I'll be back. Yeah, stuff happens. You can be depressed for a while. but I did work on some other things and ran into more depression areas, but it's all right. Tomorrow's a new day, baby. And I know this will work sooner or later. I will make it happen and I will show you all. I love you. God's bless. Take care. Thanks for watching. Oh, leave a thumbs up or a comment, or if you want to